If a red giant like Betelgeuse replaced the Sun, this would not be a disaster limited to Earth. It would be the end of the solar system as a coherent structure. Betelgeuse is so enormous that its outer atmosphere would expand close to the orbit of Jupiter. Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars would not experience dramatic explosions or fiery finales. They would simply stop existing as planets, absorbed into the star's outer layers and erased as physical worlds. A red giant is not a brighter sun and not a temporary flare. It is a star in a late evolutionary stage after exhausting hydrogen in its core. As fusion changes, the star expands hundreds of times in radius. Although its surface appears cooler, its total energy output increases enormously. Betelgeuse emits tens of thousands of times more energy than the Sun and sheds mass continuously through powerful stellar winds. Red does not mean weak. It means expanded, unstable, and overwhelming. The inner solar system is eliminated immediately. Mercury and Venus are gone without leaving recognizable remnants. Earth loses its atmosphere almost instantly as radiation, plasma, and particle flux overwhelm gravity and magnetic protection. The crust melts, the mantle vaporizes, and the planet's mass mixes into stellar gas. Mars follows the same fate. There is no countdown and no adaptation phase. Inner planets are erased before reaction is possible. Heat alone is not the main killer. Radiation from a red giant penetrates deep into matter, ionizing atoms and breaking chemical bonds. Magnetic fields collapse under constant particle bombardment. Biological systems are destroyed at the molecular level. Mechanical structures fail as materials degrade. Even if a planet could be moved outward, exposure alone would render it lifeless. The environment itself becomes incompatible with complexity. Jupiter and Saturn do not offer protection. Jupiter may avoid immediate engulfment, but intense radiation and stellar winds strip its atmosphere over time. Its moons, including Europa and Ganymede, lose any chance of habitability. Ice sublimates, surfaces are sterilized, and internal oceans boil away. Saturn's rings disperse and its gaseous envelope erodes. Gas giants are not shields, they are slowly dismantled. Uranus and Neptune face a slower but unavoidable end. As the star loses mass, the gravitational balance of the solar system collapses. Orbits shift and destabilize. Comets and asteroids are scattered inward and outward, increasing collision rates. Energy sources disappear. Distance delays destruction, but it does not prevent it. Stability no longer exists. The edge of the solar system is an illusion of safety. The Kuiper Belt and distant regions remain exposed to radiation and long-term erosion from stellar winds. Charged particles act like a cosmic sandblaster, degrading ships, stations, and habitats. Shielding fails over time. Gravity becomes unpredictable. Survival here is not sustainable, only slower. There is also the future of the star itself. Betelgeuse is unstable and approaching core collapse. When fusion can no longer support its mass, the core will fail and the star will explode as a supernova. A shockwave of radiation and matter will sweep through the entire system. Anything that somehow endured before will be destroyed in moments. No orbit, no distance, and no technology can resist this. Even if a civilization detected this transformation thousands of years in advance, knowledge would not equal survival. Interstellar evacuation on a meaningful scale is beyond realistic physics. Moving even a fraction of humanity, along with ecosystems, infrastructure, and energy sources, would require resources comparable to those of a star. Time does not help. More time only makes the process clearer, not more avoidable. The red giant phase lasts long enough to erase every refuge and short enough to make escape mathematically impossible. This is how planetary systems truly end. Not with cinematic explosions everywhere, but with scale, energy, and inevitability. The universe does not negotiate with planets or civilizations. It evolves, and systems that cannot adapt are erased. Question for you. If an entire solar system can vanish without a trace, what do you believe actually lasts on cosmic timescales?